It is Sunday, May 31st, 2026, MMAOB Daily Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin. That's Big Marcel. We're going to recap UFC Macau, and then we'll preview UFC Vegas 118, Muhammad versus Bonfim after that. But we'll go through the China card first, Marcel, which I thought was actually a really good card. And I think we did say it was like a fun card on paper, and it turned out to be, I think, really exciting. So, yeah, going to talk about that with you, obviously, Marcel. How's everything going with you, man? I mean, we talk all the time, so I know how you're feeling, but you've been
I'm good, man. Just fucking
grinding
hot
away.
over here. Just
Yeah,
fucking hot over here, But overall, I'm good. We
good.
had some early UFC last night or yesterday, so that was good, And yeah, overall good weekend, being working at the same time, also chilling out a little bit because, like I said, it's fucking hot. So, and upstairs where I'm recording this is always much hotter than it's downstairs, so I prefer to sit downstairs. But yeah, I'm good. How about you, man?
I'm good. I just had a fresh cut, as you can see, guys, so I feel good. Just gonna get this tweeted out, Marcel. The man, the yeah, the website. So the other day, I just wanted to say, like, the pics got posted. There was like some glitch with the website. I definitely had the right pics up, and for some reason, it had like an older set of pics listed. So I apologize to anyone who checked, because I know people, you including you, messaged me saying like, "Hey, Adam, you fucked this up," and it's like, no, it wasn't me, because I definitely checked. For some reason, it reverted back. So I apologize for that, but that wasn't a mistake. I made another mistake on something else, but we fixed that too. So, but that one felt bad. I didn't feel so bad because it really wasn't my fault. But I had like a bunch of people message me, including our boy Jedi Goodman. Wanted to give him a shout out, Marcel. He messaged me. He listens to the podcast. One of the best guys on Twitter. I love his stuff because I don't have to watch Ariel's show. I just check out Jedi Goodman's Twitter, Marcel. So it's perfect. But yeah, wanted to give him a shout because he listens to the show. Let's get some comments here. I'm going to tweet out in a second. We got Danger Mouse here. Danger Mouse, first in the comments. What's up, brother? Tristan, what's
So,
up, brother? Glad to have you here too. Seamus, let's go next. Yeah, Spurs won last night. Nick Spurs rematch of the NBA Cup, which is crazy when you think about it. What's up, Craig? We talked last night. Glad to have you here, Craig. Andy, what's up, brother? Yeah, I think it was kind of like the Canada card where almost all the Canadians lost except for, was it Jillian Robertson? I think the only one that won it. I
Jasmine,
think, or
the
Jasmine
two
too.
Canadian
Yeah,
women.
yeah. Lazy Bed, what's up, brother? Taking a bong hit. Yeah, Joe, it was a fun card. It was definitely
By
a
the
fun
way,
card.
appreciate the tweet, Lazy Pat.
Yeah, that was fun, Lazy Bet, for sure. Let me just tweet this out, Marcel. Let me tweet this out one sec, guys. Oh, by the way, you know what? Actually, before we get into Macau, do you want to just talk about the other fights that happened on the other cards really quick?
Of
Those other,
course, if you want to. Yeah,
yeah,
go
just
ahead.
talk. While I'm doing this, just talk about them.
Oh yeah, so we had like Rong Su against Victor Martinez. Like I think you posted Rong Su ended up like a minus 4,000 favorite, which is insane.
Biggest favorite of
Um,
all time in UFC
the,
history. Crazy.
the UFC had like minus 1,700, I think, on the broadcast, but it was like much further, and it showed. The moment he touched Martinez, it was almost over. So, and also that second fight was also like a setup fight, with Pusha Tomar against Shimeng, you know. Shimei finally gets her first official UFC win since the road to UFC win is like not officially counted to the UFC record. And now she gets a win on the fucking road card, which is counted to the UFC record. So make it make sense, right? But yeah,
I
good
was thinking
win
the
for
same
her.
thing. That makes absolutely no sense, right? Like, she
Yeah,
actually won on a UFC card, and they're like,
yeah.
"Yeah, that's not an official win." But then she wins on this card, which is not a UFC card, but they count that as a UFC fight. So odd, man. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, set up
That
fight
was
for both of them, because she lost the last one, right, against Bruno Brazil. I
yeah,
think that
yeah.
was that supposed to be a setup fight? I think it was, right?
I think it was, but it didn't work out. And I also was happy that Bad Bayar got to win. I think he
Yeah, he
deserves
looked
to be
good.
in the UFC. So I was happy to see him win.
Was that Tao guy? Was he cut like after that weight miss? Do you know if
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you can't miss. What did he miss by? What was it like?
A lot, I think. I think he missed by a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then obviously, I don't know if you guys saw, but Greg Hardy also missed weight this weekend. Marcel, you saw that he what was the 50 pounds over Darko
Bro,
Stosic,
he
former
gave
UFC
Gabi
fighter.
Garcia he gave Gabi Garcia a run for her money. She also had that weight miss against the Japanese grandma, remember?
I remember that. Yeah, no, that's crazy. And he got knocked out by Stosic, who fought in the UFC. I want to say like what, like maybe 5 times. I
Yeah.
remember he fought Kennedy. He fought.
Talia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, poor guy. Kind of a tough matchup there. But anyways, let's get into the recap here, guys. Okay, so yeah, I think it was a great card. I'll say that right now, for especially for what it was, right? Like, you know, card you have to wake up kind of early for. I got up at 3:55. The thing was, we were talking the night before, Marcel, and you're like, dude, you should go to bed. Like, and it was probably like
Bro,
midnight. I was
bro,
trying, dude. I couldn't fall asleep. I played
I,
2 softball games.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wanted to go to bed, but Adam kept talking to me. So I was like,
true.
at a certain moment, like, dude, I really have to go now. I only have 4 hours left for sleeping. And he's like, yeah, we talked yesterday. And then he started the conversation again. And I didn't want to be rude, but I was like, dude, I really have to catch some sleep now because I have to get up. So I missed the first fight between Amorim and Lubulmi. I watched
No
it back.
way.
Yeah, I woke up 10 minutes before the card, and I was like, "Fuck it!" I keep laying down because I was still fucking tired. So then I woke up, was like 10:30, and the card started at 10 for me. So I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, you missed our girl. She won. My girl. She finally got back in the win call. I want to say we both predicted this submission. I think we
Yeah,
both did first round. Okay, let's go through the card. Main event. Yeah, I mean, we both. I mean, I think everyone predicted the Song Yadong was going to beat Deiveson Figueiredo. We both said he would finish him. We both, I think, said knockout, but he submits him instead.
yeah,
First round. Actually, I think 2 of the 3 judges gave it to Deiveson. He got that late takedown that I guess won him the round. I mean, it was close, right? But second round, he goes for it again. Then Song gets that guillotine. First submission win for him in 9 years since his debut, Marcel, in 2017. When I think he was like 19 years old when he made his debut. He's been in the UFC a long time, guys. Like,
bro.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Song has really grown on me, man. You know, in the beginning, I was like, the UFC's pushing this guy. It's not that great. I remember I picking Simone over him. I remember that he beat Vera, and I thought he lost the fight. I
I
remember
thought so
he
too.
drew
Yes.
he drew against Cody Stamen. I thought he lost the fight. You know, so for me, it was never like, how do you say that? I never was really into like Song Yadong. I always was like, he's a fun fighter, but I never saw him like as a top guy or whatever. But in the last couple of fights, like the last 5-6 fights, he has shown that he is elite, in my opinion. You know, he's maybe not like top 3 or anything, but he can match up with the elite. You saw against Piotr Jan, he lost the last 2 rounds, but the first round was good. You know, then Sean O'Malley, close fight.
Yeah.
I put in my article like controversial loss, and somebody was like controversial loss, question mark, question mark. I was like, look at MMA decisions, it's 50-50 over there, so it's kind of a controversial loss, you know. He could have won the fight and nobody would have bet an eye, the O'Malley fanboys, but you know, it's I mean, he's an elite fight. He's, in my opinion, besides Zhang Weili, the best Chinese fighter in the UFC, you know, and yeah, I mean, he's fun to watch. And the thing is, he also now is going to submit his opponents, you know, so he also shows he has that ground game. Maybe not elite ground game, but he has some ground game. I mean, if you don't have a ground game, you're not submitting Figueiredo. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's a great win for him, in my opinion. I know Figueiredo is kind of on the decline, hasn't looked great at bantamweight. He doesn't have the power he had at flyweight, you know. But still, it's a decent win, you know. And yeah, happy for Song Yadong. And for the Chinese people, man, it's the only Chinese fighter that won. So yeah.
Dude, the fact that he finished him is huge. That's the second time he's been submitted. The other one was by
Moreno.
Yeah, Brandon Moreno, which I think he had like a horrible weight cut for that fight. That's the one where he lost the belt. And that was on the Adesanya Vettori rematch card. So yeah, and then he won the belt back the next fight. That was the first of they fought 4 times, right? That's crazy. I forgot they fought 4 times, Marcel. Jesus. Forgot. I thought it was just 3. Anyways, yeah, no, Tong is really good. He's ranked number 5. So the question is what's next, right? That's the question, guys. I think did you watch okay, by the way, did you watch the press conference?
With the Victor Chang guy, you mean?
Kevin Chang, yeah.
Okay, yeah, of course, because I needed to know the bonuses, right?
Yeah, no, I watched it last night. So what happened was, so I played softball on Friday night. I had 2 games, and I was talking to Marcel. I'm like, I need to go to sleep, but I couldn't fall asleep. So I'm talking to you, and I'm making you fucking late to go to sleep. I went to bed at like maybe 12:30. I woke up like right at 4. But man, the last couple fights, I was really struggling to stay up the last 2 fights. During the Song and Figueiredo fight, I was starting to fall asleep, and then thank God he got the finish. As soon as he finished it, I'm like, I'm going to bed. I shut the computer down, like my laptop. I was lying in bed, Marcel. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Shut it down. I'm like, yo, you got the recap and the bonuses, which we talked about, because I'm like, I'm probably gonna fall asleep after this. You got the bonuses out, which I know did pretty good for you as well, which is good.
So yeah, let's tell the people. Normally, like I would do the recap, you know, and you would do the bonuses. Adam really likes to do the bonuses, you know.
I like doing,
but because it's like super late for him, you know. As like, if you want me to do the bonuses this time, all good, you know. We can like kind of, how do you say that?
for heavy, if anyone
Yeah, for
doesn't
heavy,
know.
yeah, heavy.com. So we can kind of play around with that, with the two of us, if one guy cannot do it, the other guy can do it. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I was able to do it. I had the time because for me it was like 4 p.m. in the afternoon, so it's really easy for me to do. So and Adam could go to sleep, which I think you also didn't sleep a lot
Oh,
afterwards,
dude,
right?
I could only sleep a few hours, guys. I woke back up. I'm like, I fucking can't sleep. And then even last night, I still had a problem sleeping. So I feel really good though right now. Like I have another softball game after this afternoon. I'll try to get some sleep tonight, but like I'm just like really I'm feeling good these days. Like honestly, like obviously work's going a lot better than it was 2 months ago when I got fired,
Well,
Marcel. So
I'm
things
ha-
are going a
I'm
lot
happy.
better right now. Yeah.
I'm happy you're feeling a lot
And for
better,
you
man. I
too, and for
mean,
you too, you know?
remember a couple of months ago, when you feel so bad, remember,
Oh,
and
dude,
now
I
you
was
feel a lot
sick
better.
in the winter, right?
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
that vertigo stuff where I couldn't even walk, guys, as you guys know. Like
Exactly.
dude, man, I thought everything was done. I'm like, I can't work, I can't go to bowling. I'm like, I can't even do the podcast. Like, remember we started that one, and I'm like, dude, I
The,
feel so. My head
the
was
White
spinning,
House.
Marcel. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
bad. But I'm feeling a lot better. I'm, taking some medications, some vitamins and stuff that are really helping me out as well. So it's all
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, great performance by him. So yeah, but what I was gonna say was, so you watched the post fight, Marcel, Kevin. Congratulations, great event. We're so thankful you came back to China. Can you please come back to another event in Shanghai? Yes, thank you, Kevin. Tell the PR people they did an amazing job this weekend. Marcel, they were just like, sucking up to this guy. I know it
I
bothers
mean,
you so much, bro.
I know it's almost typical Asian. Like these people in Asia, they are really polite and they're
Okay,
always like
I'll
they
give
are
you
like
that.
that,
I'll give you that
you
one.
know.
It's worse when it's
So
in the States, I think. They're like,
yeah,
Dana,
and,
congratulations on an amazing event. You
and
hate that, dude.
yeah, in the States it annoys me because I feel like they really do to suck up. With the Asians, with Japan, China, they are really like the culture of being really appreciative of what they see,
Sure,
So
sure.
I'm more like, okay, I understand that, but with
Yeah.
in the US, oh Dana, how are you doing? I love you so much. Can I go under the table, please? It's so
Yeah,
annoying to
great
me.
event. Can you come back to our city? Yeah, I know it was funny. And then obviously with Song, you saw the post fight where at the end he's like, okay, thank you guys, I gotta go. And then some guy was like, "Come on, I got a question," and he sits there for like another 2 minutes. He's like, "I gotta go. Like, I want to get out of here."
But
And they're all like
I,
clapping for him.
I loved it when Song got interviewed in the cage, and they asked him like, "Who do you want to fight next?" And he's like, "Who I want to fight next? I don't get fuck. I
No,
don't get
he's grown on
fuck."
me. He's grown on me too. Obviously, he
Yeah,
trains with Faber and those guys, so he's
yeah.
learned his English from them. Yeah, the reason I brought that up is someone suggested Umar. It makes sense because they both just beat Figueiredo. It makes sense. There were some rumors that Umar might be fighting like a David Martinez, but I don't know what happened to that fight. It doesn't.
Mhm.
I don't know, Marcel. I feel like they're going to save David Martinez for the Noche card. It makes more sense at this point, right? To save him for Noche and put him against like another guy in the top 10. I'd like the Song and Umar fight. Umar is going to be basically waiting for the title shot. Marab wrestled yesterday at REF. Marab said once again, he's like, yeah, the UFC told me I'm fighting Piotr Jan. Piotr is recovering from back surgery, so it's going to be a little while till they fight. And honestly, I'm okay with Marab. Like, if anyone deserves an immediate title shot, Marcel, it's Marab, right?
I
Like
agree. I agree.
he fought all those times with the UFC, he saved their cards. It's like Pereira when he got the title shot back against Ankalaev, right? Like immediately. So I'm okay with that. But anyways, yeah, I think Song and Umar make sense. Someone suggested in the chat here, Peyton Talbot. I just and it's on Vera. I don't see him fighting back in the rankings, guys. I don't think it makes any sense. What do you think, Marcel?
Yeah, why not?
I don't. I think he should fight above him, not below him. That's what I'm saying.
I
You
agree,
know,
but ooh,
I think maybe the winner of Corey Sandhagen and Batista, especially Batista, wins because I don't think he's fought Song Yadong, right? It could be David Martinez too against Song Yadong. They could do that potentially, but we'll see what happens, guys. Sorry. Can you talk for a second, Marcel? I got a phone call.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna talk for a second, apparently. So yeah, I mean, yeah, who do you guys want to see Song fight? I think he's doing well. I see Adam
Sorry
is
about
already
that.
ready. No problem.
Sorry about that. We're all good. All right. Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? What was that sound? All right. Yeah. Okay. So we'll go to the co-main event here. Alonzo Menifield, big upset over Zhang Mingyang, who's this guy's. He's kind of a can crusher, Marcel. Right? He's kind of a can crusher. He's he's just beaten really bad fighters like Aussie TS, Alex Bahunin. That's why you can't get too excited about Tiba Gautier beating Ozzy Diaz, like it doesn't really mean anything, you know. This guy goes in there, gets destroyed by Johnny Walker and Alonzo Menifield. He's not good, Marcel, honestly, but good for Alonzo because again, big underdog wins again. I know you I think you retweeted my tweet, you liked it anyways. The one where I
But,
said he's beating Omar Sy and a few other guys. Go ahead.
but I have an issue with this one because I don't think this should be fight of the night. It should be a performance of the night for Alonso. How can you give Zhang Mingyang here a fight of the night bonus,
It's
man?
Chinese.
Yeah, but that's fucking annoying and stupid, you know? The dude looked bad in the fight. I don't want to say like shit, but he looked really bad in the fight. And Alonso easily beat him, you know? So I have no idea why this was fight of the night. I think when I was talking to Adam during the card, Adam was like, I think they're going to award 4 performance bonuses unless the main event is something special, you know? And I was like, yeah, that makes sense, you know? So, and it would have made sense, in my opinion, you know? The only thing is like now, normally I would be happy with the fight of the night because there is also like a non-finish probably that gets a bonus. But I don't think Zhang Mingyang deserved a bonus, to be really honest, you know? And definitely not a 100K bonus.
I mean, obviously, I agree with you. The only thing I'm noticing is they are giving out fight of the nights every card now because it feels like because of that 25K bonus, they just don't want to double up these guys for the performance or something like that. I don't know. Like they want to give out a fight Nate, but this guy didn't deserve it. Obviously, guys, come on, he didn't deserve it at all.
Also, good to mention again, people were asking why did Alonzo Menifield didn't get a 25K bonus? Because you're not eligible for those 25K bonuses when you win a fight of the night or performance bonus.
This is even news at this point. How do people not know this at this point?
People still asking me this yesterday, so yeah.
Fair enough. Well, no, you can't double up. You get one or the other. So, let me get a couple other comments here, guys. 331. I don't know. Volkanovski and Evloev, I think that's the rumor, but I don't know if it's happening. We could talk about this really quick. Yeah, Daniel Marcos. I saw it. Did you see I posted the article. Did you see his Instagram? Did you see it?
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
Was he with House or with Iridium?
He recently went to House, I think. Yeah.
I'm shocked he got released. He's a great fighter. I actually forgot he submitted Miles Johns because it was so long ago. Now it was 6 months ago. And Johns I think is still on the roster. Also, Adrian Yanez, he beat him. He's on the roster. John Castaneda, he's on the roster. It's really odd cut. And he said, like, I was just waiting for a new contract. They just didn't get back to me. I feel bad for this dude. The only thing I could think is maybe he goes to MVP MMA and makes more money. Like, I'm hoping, you know? So, he's a good fighter. I really like him, dude.
I talked to somebody about this from the UFC. I cannot say who.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, but this guy doesn't move the needle. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah. But you guys have fucking Tai Tuivasa still on the roster, who is on the 7 or 8 fight losing streak. And I was like, yeah, but he's kind of popular. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm also fat and drinking out of shoes. You can sign me as well, you know? So
yeah, I don't like that line of thinking. Like it should be, you know, merit based. But again, I understand it. But still, like, were they ever going to go back to South America? Maybe they were like, nah, we're not going back. And you know, this guy doesn't really speak English, but they could have put him on the Noche card. He's a Spanish speaker, right? Because he's from Peru. So, and he's a fun fighter. I was shocked by that cut. There's a bunch of other cuts they made that, you know, Vince Morales, we wanted him to get one more, but not surprised. He even said he has something lined up. So I'm wondering where he goes next. Jamie Malarkey got released. Lando Venata like none of these cuts are surprising, but this one was surprising. I'll say that because he wanted to come back. Yeah, I saw that because some guys talking about the Darren Till one. Yeah, we saw that. I don't know if you saw the knockout. He got dropped in the first round by the Chalmers guy from Bellator, the reality TV guy. Do you see that, Marcel? Till got dropped, and then came nice knockout. He called out Mike Perry. It looks like that's going to be the fight. So, Menifield's 3 biggest cup-sized UFC: Menifield, Asplin, Bia, Mesquita. I love this comment so much, Marcel. Look at this comment, dude. 3 biggest cup-sized: Menifield for having the biggest balls, Asplin for having the biggest male tits, and Bia for having the biggest bolt-ons. I love that so much. I had to read it. It's funny, man. More cut 100%. We literally I hate to say it, Marcel, we put this in the universe like 2 podcasts ago, like 2 weeks ago. I was like, I'm surprised we haven't seen those like mass roster cuts from Roster Watch. And then all of a sudden they've released like 10 or 20 guys last week. So the reason is obvious. I mean, they're coming up with contender series, right? 50 fights, I believe 50 fights this year. Dana signs pretty much everyone who wins the fight, unless it's a super, super boring fight like the Freddie Vidal guy. Like,
it's just like
then they cut the guy beat anyway. So
Dana's also ruining the contender series. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, like in the beginning, I felt like they didn't sign enough guys. You know, it was like 1 or 2. And listen, if the guys are good, you can sign 5. I have no problem with it. But now he's like, oh, you won, and you train with Kamaru Usman. so I'm going to sign you. Oh, you train with Alex Pereira. Yeah, I'll sign you. Oh, I don't see the connection with Alex Pereira, but you train with him, but he's not here. I'm not signing you. Use for Bulgarian. So then he's like, that Vakitov guy. He's like, yeah, I was going to pass on him, but Alex Pereira talked me into it. And I was like, dude, and he's always acting like he doesn't know who is fighting. Complete BS, of course, because then he is to the guy like, yeah, normally I wouldn't sign a guy who is like 16-8. But this time you look great. But I don't know anything about you, but I know you are 16-8, but I don't know anything about you. But it's like, are we pretending, I mean, the thing is like, the more you sign, you have like maybe some good fighters in it, definitely, you definitely find good fighters in contender series, but you also find like card filler, and it's not good for the quality of your company, I feel like sometimes. There should be some kind of a middle way. And I think my how do you say that? My idea, which I proposed many times already to you, that idea I didn't propose to you, but the idea I proposed to you. So,
I know what you're saying.
I said like, you got a 4-fight contract.
Yep.
The fighter in the UFC goes 1-2 or 0-3, I don't know, And the fourth fight is against a contender series guy. If you win, you get a new contract. If you lose, you're out.
Yeah, and like that guy, that Victor Martinez guy who just fought, that's the perfect guy. 0-3. He's not good, right? But he's still in the UFC. He could fight some guy that they bring in from contenders. So a couple of their comments here. Yeah, Li Jingliang was at the event in the crowd. I don't know what's going on. Is he retired? Do you know if he's retired, Li Jingliang? Do you know?
I think he's semi-retired.
I think so too. Yeah. As far as Iron Turtle, I'm not sure about him. He's not Chinese. He's Korean, but he's a fun. I love Iron Turtle. He's so much fun. I like this comment from Lazy Bed. So me and Marcel have talked about this RAF. So here's the thing, guys. Like in Canada, like wrestling's not. It doesn't have like the same, like collegiate wrestling, freestyle wrestling. It doesn't have the same story history as like in the States. I know it's popular in the States. I got to be honest, man. It just doesn't do it for me, guys. Like I don't really. I'm not going to hate on it because I know other people do find it exciting, the RAF. But for me, it's actually not really a good thing because you got guys like Armin who don't fight in MMA now. He just does wrestling matches. And actually, it's pissing me off, to be honest with you. Go ahead.
It's all the private, I do too. But it's like, that's the annoying thing for me, I see fighters there fighting who hasn't fought a long time in the UFC. And I'm like, let them fight in the UFC, And I don't, listen, that RAF, I don't really mind, do what you got to do, But for me as a MMA fan, it's annoying to see guys fight there, while they could have fought in MMA, but they're actually MMA fighters. So, that's my opinion.
But I do think that some of these big websites are being paid off, like for coverage, 100%. Lazy Bed.
I feel the same way. They're so hyped with that all time.
Every video they send their guys all there, like MMA Junkie, MMA Fighting. They must be getting paid for it. They have to be. There has to be some sort of connection because all of a sudden, like it's just they're promoting it like crazy. Same with, and they're promoting Armin like crazy too, which is like it's almost like there's almost an Armin overload. Marcel, obviously he's a great fighter. We all know that, but like. He doesn't fight really often. He fights once a year now, basically. But I see him all the time doing wrestling and like stuff with Nina Drawn. It's actually kind of annoying, dude.
Yeah, it's also like the websites who cover bare knuckle boxing. I'm like, you're the fucking MMA website, And the thing is like, if there is no MMA event at the time, then I mean, okay, you got to do what you got to do. Sure. But go to bare knuckle boxing while there is an MMA event going on. That's super weird, And that's really to do with what people click and that kind of stuff, That's why they do it. But man, I mean, if I'm at the MMA website, I don't want to write about MMA and not about boxing. I don't give a shit about boxing, to be really honest.
No, I agree. Dan didn't say when people would be completely too. If they'd be upset. Yeah, cheap. It's true. 10,000. Fight Talk, what's up, brother? He just sent the artwork, by the way, so that's good.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that guy, that guy that Marcel picked with that terrible pick last week. We'll talk about him. I completely agree, Lazy Man. So like, I put that out there, I think, in our Discord, and like, I got some pushback saying that REF has huge numbers. I'm like, but who? I don't really know who watches it, and honestly, I know that. Zach watches. Our friend Zach watches it.
Zach watches everything.
Zach literally watches every combat sport. Zach's the only guy I know that watches it. Like I don't watch it. You don't watch it. Like James doesn't. I don't think James watches it. Cole, I don't think watches it. Like I don't know who watches it. So
I think
Zach is an investor. Yeah. Go ahead.
Zach is kind of a composer. You know what I mean? He watches everything.
Armin is a content creator, part-time fighter, 100%. He's actually really pissing me off because now he's like, I was asked to be the backup, but I'm not doing it now because I'm wrestling for REF the night before. You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that you sent me that clip. Yeah,
And
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I mean, he would have been the backup for the second time.
So just gotta be careful because he likes Armin and his manager, so doesn't want to say the wrong thing. I get
No,
it.
but I think he should fight for a title. That's my opinion. But yeah,
Just say someone gets sick or misses weight. He's not going to be there now. It's bad. It's
yeah,
a problem. Yeah. All right. Let's go to the next fight. Let's go back to the card. Yeah. Sergey Pavlovich, Dust, talented share. They could have given him a bonus. I mean, this was a great knockout, right? Easy fight though,
yeah.
but
I mean, let's be honest. When we saw this fight being
yeah.
announced, we were like, "What the fuck?" We've seen Talisa Teixeira fight against Taito Ivasa and just edged out a decision win. So we knew the moment Pavlovich was touching him, he was going to go out. So I had no doubt in my mind that he was going to win.
Landed 0 strikes. That's funny. I mean, Pavlovich is in a weird spot because he lost to Volkov. Volkov's above him. I mean, I was looking at it. I wrote my article yesterday. Like, he maybe could fight Cyril Gahn if he loses against Pereira.
Yeah.
He's never fought Gahn. That would be interesting. And maybe Josh Hokett. That would be the other one, right? Like, otherwise, like, he's fought all these guys. What are you going to say?
Pavlovich always makes me laugh when he fights. He's like super aggressive. He knocks somebody out, and then he turns around, and then he makes a cross like,
Yeah.
I did it.
I know. And then he, like, hugs him afterwards. He's a nice guy. I like him.
Yeah.
Kaya Sakura gets a bonus here for knocking out Cameron Smotherman. Then he gave his cornerman the bonus. Apparently, he's like rich. Like, this guy's just low. He's like an Armin. He's one of these guys that just like comes from a rich family.
He's a superstar in Japan, dude. So
huge,
yeah,
huge. Yeah, I mean, this was enough. Marshall, this was like the easiest title fight of all time too for him. Smotherman,
he's his
yeah,
performance bonus. Yeah,
yeah. Smotherman coming off that fight where he didn't fight actually, where he fainted at the weigh-ins. I actually think they shouldn't have booked this fight. It's kind of like dangerous, I would say. And he went to sleep too, Marcel. Like, this was a bad knockout. Does Smotherman get cut, by the way? You think he gets released?
it's possible. I think. I think it's definitely possible. He had a good debut in the UFC, but after that, didn't do great.
1-3 and he lost to, or he beat Jake Hadley. He's not in the UFC, so yeah, he probably gets cut, unfortunately. Jake Matthews gets the win over Carlston Harris. Kind of a terrible fight, honestly, Marcel. Like,
safe fight by Jake Matthews. A safe fight, but not fun to watch.
Destroying him in the first round of the feet, and then starts wrestling him in the second, third round. Just awful to watch. And really, like, he cost himself a $25K bonus, I think. And I'll be honest with you. Going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't know what his contract status is like, but like, just say, I don't know if it's his last fight, but if it was, I'm letting him go, Marcel. I'm being honest with you. I would be like,
I think the UFC keeps him around. I think the UFC will keep him around.
He's Australian, right? And they like put him, but
and
he's not an exciting guy, Marcel.
I agree. I fully agree.
He's been in the UFC since 2014. He's 32 now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's going to get another fight, right? Because again, he's the market, right? But I'm just saying, like, if I was, they're cutting Daniel Marcos, who's a really exciting fighter. I'm cutting this guy,
Yeah.
Let's skip the no contest for now because I want to talk about it at the end. Is that okay?
We'll talk about what you want. Yeah, it's your show.
Let's go to it's your show too. I want to skip it just because I want to spend the time on it because I know you have some thoughts about it. Luis Felipe Diaz gets the win over Yisak Lee. I know you're
great pick by me, dude.
As soon as you said, you're like, oh fuck, why did I pick this guy? He's a can.
I immediately said in the Discord, I was like, oh, what a great pick by me, and everybody was like, huh? I was like, the sarcastic guys,
I just think this guy is not good. I mean, he's going to get another fight probably because he's 0-1. But yeah, the Diaz guy, I don't know if he's good either, but this was an easy fight for him. Yeah. Jose Souza gets the split decision over Ding Ming. Yeah, close fight. His corner's like, yeah, you're winning. And he's like, I don't think I'm winning. I don't feel like I'm winning. And it was actually a split decision at that point. So if he lost the third round, he would have lost the fight. And it wasn't a very good fight, in my opinion. Go ahead.
Keep thinking about Crazy Frog, dude.
Yeah, ding. Kind of a shitty fight, honestly. But this guy, I mean, listen, he's very tall and long for this division. It's kind of interesting, but I just thought the fight kind of sucked. Cody Haddon gets an incredible knockout, double knee. Like, he knees the guy, Arichi Lang, and then knees him again, destroys his liver. Yeah. And I'm
completely
like, holy fuck.
Overmatched.
Yeah, an amazing knockout. But then one of the worst, probably, post-fight interviews of all time. Dana, I'm broke. I need money, guys. I don't fight. I'm completely broke. Give me a bonus.
Never
and doesn't get a bonus. When you say that, you don't ever get it. When was the last time someone said, I want a bonus? And they don't get it.
Yeah, I think only Joe Pyfer got one after beating Alan Amadowski, but yeah.
Yeah. By the way, hold on. Shane says, your setup comments on the screen, they flashed straight off. Which fight? Which fight did I say was the setup? Oh, Asakura? Maybe it was. I think I did say that. Wow.
Oh, that's good.
You know the best one was when I was like, great pick for the Oddsbreaker podcast. They put that up to one time. That was amazing. Someone said Haddon Vera. I don't mind that. Yeah, I like Haddon a lot. I know you do too. If he stays healthy, he's potentially like a dark horse contender in this
Mhm.
division. Very young still. But yeah, bad post-fight interview because like he just cried about being broke and then demanded a bonus. You're never gonna get one if you do that.
Never do
So
that. I understand they do it, but never do it.
it just doesn't work. Like, what was the other guy's name? Danny Silva. Remember, he's like, guys, I have no money. Like, my bank
Yeah,
account's empty, and he had a great fight, and they just like, no, fuck you, because like it makes the company look bad. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. Like, they're not wrong. Listen, they're not wrong, right? I will say this though. I will say I really want to just talk about this really quick, guys. These mouth breathers that defend the bad fighter pay though are the fucking worst people on the internet. Did you agree with you on that?
yeah, for sure. I agree.
Because why would you not want the fighters to get paid more money, right? Like you can understand it from the business perspective, be like, yeah, Dana's got shareholders, like they have to, watch how much they spend on their fighter pay. I get that argument. But to be like, yeah, this guy doesn't fight, he's always hurt, he doesn't deserve to get paid, or these guys they fight once a year for 15 minutes. I don't get that argument. Why would you not want these fighters to get paid more money? It's not your money, right? So to me, like, I don't get that argument. I can see why you're like, yeah, from Dana's perspective, they want to keep the contracts low. But as a fan, why would you not want the fighters to be paid more money? It makes zero sense,
I
you know?
agree with you.
So, and I saw that comment you sent me from the Matty Betts guy. He responded, and then all the mouth breathers in his comments were, it really wasn't Matty, it was the people in his comments. One guy was like, he's like, yeah, Adam and Alex Bahuna are just anti UFC, like, or something. And
Saw that
I'm
bullshit.
like, really? I'm anti UFC. Interesting. Okay, fair enough. I mean, like, to be honest with you, Marcel, I feel like I promoted the sport more than like anyone. And same with you. We promote the sport, right? We talk about it. We write about it. We read about it. We do podcasts. But here's the thing, Marcel. I don't work for the UFC, and neither do you. And my allegiance
Mhm.
has never been to the UFC for those three letters.
Same, same.
It's always been to the fighters because they're the athletes doing the work, and they're the ones putting their fucking bodies on the line and their brains on the line. So yeah, and I here's the thing. So here, of course, we're gonna get some firing back. So I agree with you. Yeah, everyone deserves to get paid more money. I agree. I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I don't see the argument against the fighters getting paid more if you're a fan. And how much more? At what point do they just fight less? Yeah, I mean, listen, True, I get it. Like, you're a businessman, True. I think you own a company, True. So you're coming from that business mindset, right? I get it. But for me, it's like, Dana said he had that. Here's the thing: he had that interview this week saying fighter pay has gone up, like, and they're getting paid more money than they ever have. But like, we just saw the fighters. What was it? What card was it? Was it Washington? I think was it Marcel Barboza? Someone mentioned him. Oh,
Oh,
Barboza got a bonus. Actually, that's interesting. You bring him up. I don't think it was Barboza. It was the other guy. Who's the guy in the Seattle card that got 10,000? Um, one of the guys. You don't know?
I don't know. I really don't.
I'm gonna pull up the article. Hold on. I wrote it for heavy. So because someone got 10,000 in the card. Here we go. So yeah, Joe Pfeiffer got 400. I mean, the main eventers do well. Izzy got 500. And then here we go though. There were some really bad ones. Yeah, Larry. No, it was Larry and Douglas. Not it wasn't Barboza. Larry and Douglas He's on a 10-10. He's on a 10-10, which is
Okay.
ridiculous. Lance Gibson Jr.'s on 12-12. That Bruno Lopez guy, that taxi cab guy's on a 12-12. It's terrible. I mean, guys, come on. Like, come on. That's what a lot of you guys make in a month, like, or 2 months. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Anyways, all right, let's go back to the card. Again, we'll finish up the rest of the prelims, then we'll go back to the fight with Perez and Madarji, because Marcel wants to talk about it. Race to Rio, Marcel gets the submission here over Luis Carule. Poor Luis, right? Finally gets his first win in 2 weeks later. He gets submitted for the first time. I like Ray, 23 years old, only lost to Josh Fan. He's a good prospect, Marcel. I think he should get someone in the top 15. I think he could beat these guys. I think he could beat Tim Elliott. I think he could beat some of these guys. Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so too. I think he's really good. And gotta give Gurule credit. He took the fight on short notice, but at the same time, Mansour, yeah, looked really good, and he only lost to Joshua Van, the champion.
Yeah. No, for sure. Let me get this comment too. I mean, listen, you're not wrong. Regional fights don't pay these guys much money, right? So their base pay is usually like $500,000, and then they get ticket sales too. So we'll give them that. Maybe make a few thousand, and then you go to the UFC 10 to 20. You're right, but here's the thing: it's still shit, dude. Come on, $10,000 to get your brain damaged. It's terrible. It's terrible. I wouldn't do it. You guys know I fought for free once at the Muay Thai fight. I would never do it again. Crazy. Race Review and Steve Verseg's fun. I don't mind that. All right, let's go to the next fight here. Angela Hill, my God, Marcel. Is she really 41? Dude, she looked incredible in this fight. Or is it just because Zhang is a can? What do you think?
I mean, I've seen Zhang fight in one championship, and she was pretty decent, man. She was
She looked
actually fucking
terrible
champion.
yesterday, bro.
Yeah, she looked really bad. I don't know. I mean, let's focus more on Angela Hill. I think she
Looked
looks
amazing.
amazing. She looked amazing. Yeah.
Amazing.
And she's like one of these athletes. They're getting older, but you don't really see it. Still pretty quick with her hands.
As she said many times, black don't crack. She said it herself, so
Yeah,
I'll give her that one.
that's true. It's true.
She looked
Sometimes when
great.
you see for example, black man or black woman, and they are like already in the 40s or 50s, you wouldn't give them that. So I mean,
I
she's
think Jared
right.
Cannonier also said the same thing. Didn't he say that after his
Yeah,
last fight?
he also doesn't look 42 or whatever his age is.
That's
So
crazy. He's 42.
yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, no,
So
I
yeah,
think she looked great, man. Honestly, like, and
agree.
defended her ranking right, and she'll, I would think, get another ranked opponent, but maybe not. Maybe she fights Jackie Amarine, who got that submission win. Maybe she fights
Makes
her.
sense. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
And then obviously the other fight was, we talked about Emery a little bit already. She looked great. Rodrigo Vera, first round knockout, looked amazing. And then Bisping, awkward conversation. He's like, yeah, me and DC, we didn't select you. We picked you. We didn't pick you on Ultimate Fighter. And then I put it on the Twitter machine. Jason House's manager, Marcel, retweets me. And then the Radio Sports Agency retweeted me this morning again. Really odd that they apparently didn't think he was good enough for Ultimate Fighter, but he's good enough to win in the UFC. Very weird, right, Marcel?
I mean, Bisping and DC. Do you know that that meme with with the monkey thing in the head like this? Retard alert. Like what the fuck? How do you say this Vera guy is not good enough to be in the Ultimate Fighter? Then you give him the opportunity to get in the UFC, and he looks like a fucking world beater. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Do you know the meme I'm referring to or not?
I think so.
Okay, well, I'll send it to you later.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, he looked really good in my opinion.
Looked great. Good for him. Finally, yeah, no, this is true. Like the other girl was like making her debut at age 38, right? I agree with you. I think on one championship looked okay, but yeah, she didn't look good. She definitely looked fraudulent, man. And not only that, like she did the same shit that Caitlin Vieira did to the last fight, where she's like wagging her finger and like clowning her, and she's losing the fight. At least Caitlin won, but she still got cut. They're not going to cut this girl. Obviously, they're. I don't think they announced yesterday, right? Because someone asked the Kevin Chang guy, they're like, "Are you going to Shanghai?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't have anything to announce right now." But I think they say in the previously is August, like late August, Marcel, UFC Shanghai, right?
Yeah, it's late August. This is the final week of August.
Okay, you sent me
By the way, I sent you them. Yeah.
Let's see this.
That's a DC and Bisping.
Oh yeah. Of course, yeah. Living rent free in the head. It's so funny, man. So good. Strickland has said you're better off being a plumber. Yeah, no, it's not. You're not wrong. Like I mean, Malcolm Wellmaker, right? He went from being a pipe fitter, making all that money, to 0-2, or he's 2-2, but 0-2 his last two fights. Although he made a great move this week with the camp switch to American Top Team. I think it's going to be a great switch for his career. And Malcolm's he's a really good kid. I really like him. Everyone likes Malcolm Wellmaker. I put the article up. It did really good for the clicks, Marcel, by the way. People like Malcolm. They like him. They want him to do well in the UFC. And when you think about Marcel, like the more I think about the matchups, Ethan Ewing's really good, and Juan Diaz might be really good too, right? So maybe it's just he's good, but he's not as good as those guys.
Yeah, that's possible.
Right, let's talk about the last fight here. Well, not the last fight, but the opening main card fight that we didn't skip over. So Alex Perez against Sumadarji. The reason I want to talk about this fight is because we had opposite picks. Alex Perez is your guy. You're never picking against him. I like Alex a lot. He's a great dude. But I did think Sumadarji would win this fight. So as far as the fight went, first round was close. Two of the judges went with Perez, by the way. I thought Sumadarji edged it out really closely, but I thought it was, it was a 50-50, honestly, Marcel, in my opinion. And then the second round, Sumadarji drops Alex Perez. But here's the thing. He poked him in the eye. Not like the worst eye poke. They gave him a soft warning, but the ref said, like, you got to watch your weapons, as they say. But the groin kick was bad. And he did the same thing Cody Garbrandt did, his teammate, with the bucket, puked in it. And I think Bisping was like, he's not actually puking, it's just saliva and stuff. Like, they were almost like making it feel like he was like kind of trying to get a way out. And a lot of fans went after him on social media yesterday under his comments of his kids, Marcel, which is just fucking pathetic. You must be the worst fucking piece of shit in the world if you're going on the guy's Instagram on a picture of him and his like infant child and saying like you're a bum and like you deserve to be cut and lose your job and stuff. And I know you have some strong feelings about this. Obviously, listen, you're biased, Marcel. You and Alex are like pretty close friends. Let's be honest. But as someone that's neutral, this was a fight that's going to be 1-1 after 2 rounds. that's just how the scorecards read. It was 1-0 Perez, and then second round, Medarji dropped him. He was going to win the round, right? But we don't know how the third round would have played out. Again, I picked Medarji. I do think he would have won, but I don't know. But I just think that Alex Perez is a guy who's been literally fought everyone in the world in the division. I don't think he was trying to quit. And what do you think?
Yeah, obviously, I think the same way, and the comments from those fans, man, I saw that, click on them, and that's like, there's a bunch of faggots who are clicking.
Watch you're saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there are a bunch of people who are
watch
like,
what you're saying. You sound like Alistair Overeem now. Oh
yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but
a
bunch of people who
I
are
didn't
like
say that,
posing,
by the way. It wasn't me.
I did it. Posing in front of a mirror and clicking themselves, a bunch of idiots, I should say a bunch of idiots. I'm so used to say that word. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God, I hope you don't get canceled for that.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, we got to bring that word back anyways. But, it's like, it's just stupid, it's, I've talked to Alex Perez afterwards, shortly. It's like, how are you doing? He's like, man, my balls got pinched in between my cup, so he's like,
oh, man.
really bad. It just sucked, He also has like, how do you say that? Like, a doctor thing, where everything is all written on, and he's like, should I post it? It's like, it's up to you, of course, I'm not going to say what you should do, but I mean, he doesn't give a shit what people say about him, he's a really, like, how do you say that? He let it slide off him pretty easily, Sure. I was more annoyed by it than he was, for example. So, yeah, but I don't understand these people, man. It's like, well, why would you go to a fighter's page to cry about it? It's like.
And here's the other thing too. Here's the other thing. You didn't actually lose money on this fight because it wasn't a DQ. So
that's true, but it's like these retard gamblers who are like annoyed by.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, they didn't lose their money. So, like, I don't agree with it at all. Anytime I've ever lost a bet, I've never been like, anyone who thinks like the first thing they want to do is go to the athlete's page and send them a DM or something. Like, you must be the biggest moron on the planet, right?
Yeah, but also if you look who did it, man, it's like these guys. They're like, you're not a real man. So I'm going to their pages.
Yeah, I know.
And they're like posing in front of the mirror with clay.
I know that type of guys.
What the fuck, man? You're a fucking fruitcake. Well, what are you going to go to an MMA fight?
This is why I saved this in the last part, by the way.
Yeah,
I knew
it's so stupid, I don't understand. I don't understand that kind of stuff, But
it's ridiculous.
It's also like. And besides that, man, I hate it because, like, Alex is not an annoying guy, or he's a super friendly guy, so he doesn't deserve that shit. So,
no, he's a good dude. Like, even Marcel. Yeah. So the last fight, obviously, he fought Charles Johnson. You guys know I love Charles Johnson.
Yeah.
Marcel loves Alex Perez, and they put that tweet up saying, "My boy Charles." I never even met Charles before.
Yeah, I sent it to Alex.
So Marcel says he's like, oh, my podcast co-host picked against you. He's like, Adam picked against. He's like, who the fuck wants to listen to that guy? I just thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But he's just a good dude. Like, he was a good sport about it. It wasn't like he was pissed. You know what I mean?
No.
It was funny. All right, let me get some comments, by the way. He did go to the hospital. Yeah, he was transported after the event. Hit
He's
the like button.
Back today.
Yeah. I hope his balls are okay. Top two. Hey, what's up, Marcus? Top two biggest droppers. Zhang Mingyang for sure. I think that guy is really bad now, and I mean, there's a bunch of, like, I think Carlson Harris will be released from the UFC after this.
I kind of feel Loma, dude.
Loma, yeah, that was bad. I think the girl that fought Angela Hill, I think she could be. She came in as one championship.
That's true,
champion.
But she's not really well known by the US crowd, I think, yet, So, and Zhang Mingyang was, so I think definitely Zhang Mingyang should be there.
I mean, really, Figueiredo could be too. Like,
yeah. But for me, Figueiredo was already like a stock dropper for some time. So.
Like, I think Cameron Smother gets released. I think Carlson Harris gets released. I think maybe Arichi Lang gets released. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe they keep him because actually he won his last fight. They'll keep him. Never mind. Loma looked really. Dude, they need the atom weight division for her. I think, right? Like, she's small. Yeah, I would say Zhang and. So who was your second one then? Who was it?
I would maybe that was Teixeira, but I wasn't really high on him at all.
You know what? How about your guy, the Yisak Lee guy? How about him?
Yeah, but I wasn't high on him either. I picked him, but I was not like that. The thing is, like, you got to pick somebody you were kind of.
You wanted to pick a dog. You didn't want to pick all the favorites.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I get that. No, because a few underdogs are going to win. I will say, like, looking back at it, I think the one guy that we really should have considered more was Menifield. I do think that we should have maybe thought about it a bit more because he was a big underdog, and the Zhang guy just kind of got fraud checked by Johnny Walker, who's not that good either. So
I feel the same way with Hill. We should have considered Angela
we
Hill
should
as well.
have,
You know.
yeah, and I did, but ultimately I didn't pick her. All right, I agree with Tristan. He says doesn't matter. Perez has every right not to continue. Yeah, he took a legal blow to the nuts. Marcel's views are his own. Do not reflect those of the MMAOB Daily Podcast. Okay, Charles Radke. I'm not going to read True's comment. Marcel dropping the F bombs like he's MMA. Marcel's been listening to way too much rap lately. That's the thing. So going full Strickland. You guys are hilarious. Yeah, I know. I agree. Matthew Stock. I think Matthews was one of these guys that his stock dropped in a loss. And yeah, I do think Perez and Sue rematch. I think if they do the China card, do that. Yeah,
you guys need to understand, man. Like, I'm born late '80s. I've lived in the '90s and the early 2000s. Like,
you lived 1 year in the '80s, like for 4 months, dude.
Yeah. That's what I say. I live in the '90s, and so for me, those words are like pretty common, and I need to not to use them in public. I know that, but pretty much everyone from my generation is pretty common with these words. So is Adam, but we shouldn't use it in public. I know that, but I mean,
you gotta be careful, man.
Sometimes it flews out, That's what it is.
You were pissed. It's okay. You're like Charles Radke. Charles didn't get canceled, right? He's just watch out for new signing Batbar. We mentioned him earlier. He's great. I mean, actually, really quickly to talk about those cards. They were more exciting than a lot of UFC cards, Marcel. Like these road to UFC cards.
Yeah.
Some really good prospects that fought in those cards. So I watched like some. I didn't watch all the fights. They did start pretty early, but I watched some of them. Obviously, the main event. Actually, I guess Puja Tumor could be one of the biggest what's it called? Sock droppers. She could be up.
Yeah.
Does Puja get cut, you think? Or
I mean, she's from India, right? They barely have
fighters
from India, so maybe not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, rating for the card. I said 8 out of 10. I think an 8.5 is fine too, though. It was a really good card, honestly. What do you think?
8 is good. Yeah. I think it was a good card.
It was a really good card. The only thing I'd say about it is, and someone else made this comment, there was so many quick finishes. There was so much of this filler stuff where you had to listen to the promos for the White House card and all this stuff. Like, that's the only problem. But how is that the USC's fault? It's a good thing if there's finishes, right? I would think. There's a lot of finishes in this card. Really good card. Okay. Puja versus Loma, loser gets cut. I guess they could do that. Puja's kind of a smaller.
Puja's going to get destroyed by Loma.
What do you think of Xi Ming, by the way? Do you think she's got potential?
No, okay. She doesn't. I like her. I think she's a very
good personality. Great personality.
Very I think she's also a hard worker. As if you see her how
she's
she
a doctor, dude. Of course, she's a hard worker.
I know. But I mean, also as a fighter, So, but I don't think talent is really there. Like talent, like top 10 or anything, But I think she can be hanging around. It depends on who they match her up with, But like, for example, they wanted to match her up with Fatima Klein like a year ago. That would have been horrible. You know what I mean? So, because Fatima Klein has the potential to come in the top 5, I think, and I don't think Xi Ming has. So, but as long as they match her up with good opponents that are like a Puja Tomar, she beats her, of course, I have no doubt in my mind. But I like Xi Ming, but I don't see her as a potential top 10 fighter or something. Gotta be honest.
No, I think that's fair. That's a fair comment. All right,
bro, I got it. Yeah, what Tristan says. George Mangos. Listen, I don't get the UFC. They obviously like the guy. I like the guy as well. I think he's good.
Right?
Put him on a fucking card in the UFC. Why do you put him in through a tournament? I don't understand that. He's a fun fighter.
The Canadian guy, Radley Silva,
the Radley Silva.
I don't think they like him because he had a really bad fight.
Grappling. Yeah.
Yeah, he just had a bad fight. Actually, James interviewed him after the fight, and I kind of felt bad because I was critical about it, right? I'm like, man, this fight sucks. It was boring. No one wants to watch this on Contender. Dana was like, he's like, kid, have you ever seen the show? What are you doing? And I saw Radley's thing, and he's like, listen, man. He's like, I just kind of froze, and he's like, I just wanted to win the fight. Like, I kind of forgot that I had to, impress.
Yeah.
And he hasn't got a second chance yet. And I don't know if he's going to get one, but I kind of feel like maybe if they do another card in Canada, give the kid another shot, because he did win the fight, didn't lose, But again, I think we know this, Marcel. Is it fair to say the matchmakers, they don't necessarily want grapplers? They prefer strikers. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it is, but I'm not really happy with it. I think you should have a good mix. It's still mixed martial arts. It's not like,
if you finish fights, then it's fine. But if you go out there and lay and pray, no one likes that. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but people are very how do you say? They're very critical always about Master Evloev because he doesn't get a finish. But it's fine. That's boring to watch. This is not boring to watch, in my opinion. You know, I know you always say it to annoy
Dana
me.
hated that fight with Arnold Allen, which I thought was like his best fight, probably.
Yeah, because
Dana's
he's an
like, yeah,
idiot.
this fight was
You know.
awful. What did
Yeah,
he say? That remember that card? He was like, it was a snooze
of
fest or
course.
something. Like he was
Yeah,
just.
and it wasn't. Maybe he was talking about the Barrio fight before,
That's the
but
thing. Like, yeah, remember we thought he was really confused about it, but anyways.
yeah,
All right, let's get out of here. So we just did, we did the recap here for the UFC China card. Great card. I think worth getting up at 4 a.m. for. It's not easy to do the 4 a.m. thing. I'll say that right now,
what,
but it could be worse. It could be 2 a.m. It could be 3 a.m. So it could
yeah.
be a little
One
worse.
more thing. What did you
Yep.
thought about the referee who gave the no contest at first, and then it went overturned to a TKO and Rhodes?
Yeah, interesting, right? So there was that fight where the girl got punched with a legal punch, but they said it
Yeah,
was a thumb, I think, or a finger. Was it Lucas Brzok? Was he the ref,
yeah.
or was it
Lucas Buszowski. Yeah,
the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that looks like the guy from MMA from Uncrowned?
Conor
What's his
Burks.
name?
Conor
Yeah,
Burks.
yeah, Connor Burks. So yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, obviously, in the end, it's the right call, and that's what you want,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You do want the right
Of
call,
course.
but it's one of these things where, like, if it's in the States, they have to go through an appeal process to change that. But in China, because UFC's running the event, they
Yeah,
can change it in 5 minutes. It's a little weird. So
it's really weird. Yeah,
ultimately, you do want the right fighter to win, and it was a punch. So I'm okay with that. I will say this though, I don't know if you saw it, but people had bet on that the girl that won, and it was a no contest.
yeah.
So they were like saying, "Hey, I'm supposed to get paid for this," and they're like, "Yeah, we're not paying you out because it was ruled a no contest." Someone did eventually. I saw someone. I don't know who it was, but they put it on Twitter. They got like a $50 like a bonus bet credit from Bet365 because they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to pay you, but to make things right, we'll give you $50 bonus bet." But the sports books are scumbags for that because like
Yeah.
it was a win and they changed it really quickly after. It's kind of like the fight with Mighty Mouse with Dimitri was it Ian McCall where it was
McCall, yeah.
they said it was Mighty was it Ian McCall win first and then it was a draw
No, no,
or
no. It was like, let me see. It was first a Mighty Mouse win, I think, and then it went to a draw, and then they had a rematch.
that's what happened. Yeah, so
And it should have
yeah,
been
and
Ian
they
McCall
show
win.
it fourth round, right? I think they right. It was
Yeah,
supposed to be.
I thought McCall won after 3 rounds, so I was surprised by the decision.
And honestly, like I think they should even do that in MMA where if it's a draw, go back to an extra round like they do
yeah,
in.
they should put it in the contract, man. You know.
Yeah, and even if it's a title fight, go to 6 rounds. Like, what was that fight?
But
Mike Perry versus MVP and bare knuckle. You saw that was 6 rounds.
yeah,
They went to 6 rounds.
but the UFC is hoping for a draw, so they don't have to pay a win bonus, of course.
They love. That's the thing. I almost feel like they're encouraging these point deductions now. Remember, there's like 2 or 3 cards in a row where it's like a draw.
Yeah.
Davis probably like, fuck yeah, we saved an extra 10,000. Like, let's go. You know, like they don't care. What do they care? So. Like if the guy's not going to finish the fight, then they're like, all right, sweet, they went to the decision. We'll save the money. All right, guys, we'll end the show. We're going to do the UFC Vegas 117 Bonfim versus Muhammad versus Bonfim preview. So we'll get that up in a second here. But yeah, I hope you guys had an amazing day, and we'll talk to you in a minute here because we're going to do the preview. So let me just get the tweet ready, and we'll do it in a second.